just a short little message before this video gets started. So there are some articles shown off in this video. That's what the video is about. These articles in particular. Don't go attacking the people who made these articles. They're just people trying to make a buck. They're not trying to prey off of the people who play Brave Frontier, the new players, the returning players. They're just trying to make an article just to make a buck, I guess, if anything. Like, they probably had good intentions, trying to make, a good article for these people, but it just doesn't do a good enough job to actually help out. So they're not bad people. They do not deserve to be attacked at all. So just, like, if you're gonna poke fun of anything here, just poke fun of these articles. Don't poke fun of the people. Don't go attacking them. Don't go calling them hateful names. Not that I'm guessing you guys are going to, but I've seen enough communities go after and attack people that I want to make this forewarning before the video starts, saying, please don't do this. I don't condone that. Let these people be. They're not bad people. The articles are bad. Anyways, enough of that. On with the video. Hello and welcome to a bit of a different video. It's not a topic video concerning Brave Frontier. But there's been one topic I've been a little bit obsessed with as of late, because one of these things was just like plopped into my lap one day and I'm just like, this is not a good thing. There are various reasons why this is not a good thing, but I wanted to see how many more of these things existed out there in the wild. These things being tier lists. So tier lists are generally a useful thing for newer players when it comes to most games, but it's not so great for Brave Frontier for a variety of reasons that I will get into a later video. But pretty much, Brave Frontier cannot function with tier lists, or tier lists do not function for Brave Frontier because of how Brave Frontier works. Units are useful even if they are older units. They may not be as good as newer units, but you can still make use of some older units, even if you just want to be cheeky for various content. But there's like 4 tier lists that currently exist there out in the wild, and oh my gosh, are they a hot mess. So let's take a look at these tier lists and talk about what's going on with all of these tier lists, because there are several things to look at. So I'm not going to go into too much depth with these tier lists, because I believe J-Chan has a video in the works where he and I just riff on this one in particular from Gaming Scan. But oh my god, let's just get into it and talk about what makes it such malarkey. So first of all, one thing that you're going to find in common with all these tier lists is they try their best to try and give some sort of like explanation as to what's going on with these tier lists and how they function for each tier. But it just kind of doesn't work, because some of these tier lists I imagine they were created like years ago and have been updated throughout the years. Like this one was updated, what, April of 2021 it says? Actually, hold up. This was edited 1 minute ago. Okay, so this is some new stuff. Let's see if they have any of the units who were previously missing. So I'm gonna really quick just go through here, like skim through it and see if we can find any. I do not see any of the units who are missing where they should be, at least. If they were to be put into a tier list at all. Okay, there's one thing I gotta check out for certain. So one thing they all have in common is that, yes, they're missing Jin and Mugen. So yes, no Jin, no Mugen anywhere to be found on these tier lists. So it's not even like a complete list of all the units who exist. Like even the viable ones who exist. Like Jin and Mugen are both really good in their own regard, and they're nowhere on this list. That's gonna be the case with all these lists as we will find out. Another thing is, just like, it's super inconsistent with what's going on. Like, naming scheme and all that fun stuff. Like, we have a Desert Paradise Nyami, when you can just call her Summer Nyami, or just Nyami, and if she's in fire, you know she's Desert Paradise Nyami. You have King Kaneki, which, okay, that's a bit more understandable, but the community just calls him Ken. Yasna Almighty. Not just Almighty, who everyone just calls her Almighty, but Yasna Almighty. Okay. And that's not Thoth, that's a Thought! Be gone, Thought! Another thing that bothers me, who the heck is Nuke? We have no clue who Nuke really is. And you're gonna find, like, again, all these, like, minor things are present across all these tier lists. So Nuke, my best guess as to who Nuke is Achenologia from the Fairy Tail 2 collab. Yeah, it's... Well, I think he's, like, just a mess. Another thing is placement. Like, I'm not gonna go into, like, placement over units or ads. Jay-Chan and I do a pretty good job of doing that. But, like, it's just so inconsistent. Like, you have... What? You have some pretty good mitigators up here, but you have... I'm not going to talk about... Again, Jay-Chan and I do that on his video. But oh my gosh, like, just these small things. And I got another thing. So these two tier lists from GameScan and GamesAda are literally the exact same thing. Word for word. This fire segment has Aziz, Inoko, Nyami, Ryan, Kayana, Asha, Aziz, Inoko, Nyami, Ryan, Kayana, Asha, and the order. Not just that, but like also the little like blurbs are the exact same word for word. I'm not going to include links. You can easily just type in Brave and tier list 2021 and find all of these tier lists, no problem. But yeah, these two are just literally the exact same ones, with no difference whatsoever. And then we get to this one from Pro Clockers, which, at first glance, if you just like, there's some differences you might see from the first one, but not enough. And you still have like a lot of the same sort of like jank and naming scheme as with the other two. You have Nuke for Dark. You have Thought instead of Thoth. You have where is it? Yeah, Desert Paradise Nyami taking up 3 slots. She's just that good apparently. Yasna instead of Almighty, and Almighty's name just isn't anywhere on here. Like, this is pretty much like the exact same tier list as these two from GamesAda and GameScan, but with some differences. For example, over here in Water, you see that Saren is here, but not here on this one for S tier. So like, this one is basically just like, hey, can I copy your homework? I didn't do it last night. And this guy was like, yeah, sure, just change things up a little bit so it's not noticeable. And so they have like, some things missing, some things changed, but it's for the most part pretty much the exact same tier list. Also, I'm pretty sure, just looking at this right now, because I didn't notice this before, exact same wording. Oh no. Well, kind of. Again, if you're not yeah, if you're pretty much like, again, can I copy homework? Yeah, change some things up so it's not obvious. So they've changed some wording from the original bit, but it's pretty much like the exact same tier list. So, yeah, you're looking at 3 tier lists are basically the exact same. 2 of them are the exact same. And then we have this one, which is worth talking about in its own right for a variety of reasons. One, they actually have like a different like, they actually tried to do something original for once. Like, this entire opening segment here is entirely different from the other 3. Even going so far as to like mention leading characters for Group D and Group S. Like, they actually like try. This link goes to something completely different, so don't worry about that. But then we get to the list itself, and there's still like a couple of things worth talking about. I need to do some math here really quick. Some quick counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like which one of these is the duplicate? We're just kind of this top one here because that's going to be something entire. That is worth noting here in just a moment. But one of these is a duplicate somewhere, and I'm not noticing which one, because these look like different elements to me. We have thunder, light, dark, fire, water. Oh, there are 2 lights. There we go. So we can discount this one and this one. These 2 segments right here. But if we take a look at the other 6, the thunder, light, dark, fire, water, and earth, and we again compare it to our buddy, GameScan. Again, can I copy your homework? Yeah, sure, change some things up. So some things are different. Not a whole lot though, not enough though. But like, there's enough differences here. I think this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this one probably is like S tier is a little bit different because they actually tried to be original, but then just kind of gave up because they're like, there are like 500 or so units. Can we just make this easy? So if we take a look at, and you can probably tell that the 2 that they actually tried to work on, these 2 right here, actually had a little bit of thought put into it back when this was first started to be worked on. You can especially tell with these 3 right here, Aces, Starlight, and Annette, because if you click on their names, it actually takes you to little blurbs about them. So this student started to do something right, but then got lazy. And take that how you will. I do appreciate that they wanted to try and do things correctly and like try to explain the reasoning why each unit is in their specific tier. But again, there's just so many units that like it would just be a super long process to try and like accomplish that they just gave up because they were like, I'm not getting paid enough for this. I'm trying to do something like amazing, but I'm not getting paid for this. I don't care. Let's just go to a tier list, maybe change some things up, and bam, there we go. But it's very obvious because they all use the same tier list. I don't know which one came first, but they're all the same tier list basically. Because you have Nuke right here. For water you have Thought again. Desert Paradise Nyami. You have these same inconsistencies with the naming schemes for the parts that do actually matter. That it bewilders me how 3 people can be that lazy, or maybe it's just one person who got hired 4 times. I don't know. Regardless, all of these tier lists are a hot mess because there are some minute differences between them, except for, of course, the first 2. That, like, if you go through and look at them, you think, yeah, these are their own individual tier lists. But they're really not. Like, if you do a little bit of, like, harder looking at them, they're really not different tier lists. And the thing is, like, these say that they were updated this month, except for this one, which was actually no updated this month because 1 minute ago. But they're missing some of the new units. They're missing Green. Actually, no, they have Green. One of them does at least. But they're missing Phaedra. They're missing Leva. They don't have all the new units. There have been no new units announced for May because we're not getting new units right now. So they could easily catch up, just like slot in like the 2 extra units, 4 extra units, who cares? And just call it there. But no, they haven't even done that. So yeah, like, tier lists in themselves don't work for different tier, and these 4 especially do not work. If you want a more in-depth look as to why these tier lists don't work, be on the lookout for J-Chan's video talking about this one in particular, because it's basically going to be talking about the other 4. And once that video goes up, it will be linked in the description down below, and probably there will be pinned comments from me about it. So, yeah. If you thought this video was enjoyable and you're excited to see the next video talking about tier lists, talking about why specifically they do not work for different tier, leave a like, follow the channel, hit that bell button to get notified. Links down below for our Twitter and Discord server. Join them, and thank you once again, as always, for visiting the Grounded Guy Library. See you guys next time. Bye!